This video contains the things I've learned in microeconomics. Microeconomics is the branch of economics that examines the functioning of individual industries and the behavior of individual decision-making units, that is, firms and households. In this chapter, I've learned about the structure of microeconomics. The firms supply the outputs to be sold at the output or product market. The outputs will be demanded by the households who supply labor to the labor market and savings to the capital market. The firms will demand labor and investments by the households. Firms earn capital stock through the investments and households earn wealth through labor. Perfect competition. A key assumption in the study of household and firm behavior is that all input and output markets are perfectly competitive. Perfect competition is an industry in structure in which there are many firms, each small relative to the industry, producing virtually identical or homogeneous products, and in which no firm is large enough to have any control over prices. For example, candies. Consumers of candies do not care too much about the candies brand, and most candies are sold at the same prices, so consumers just buy any candy. Here in the next chapter, I've learned about the operating profit or loss and minimizing losses. Profit is the difference between total revenue and total cost. Total revenue is the amount received from the sale of the product. Total cost is a total of out-of-pocket cost, normal rate of return on capital, and opportunity cost of each factor of production. The normal rate of return is the rate of return on capital that is just sufficient to keep owners and investors satisfied. Fixed cost is any cost that does not depend on the firm's level of output. Variable cost is a cost that depends on the level of production chosen. A firm will operate if total revenue covers total variable cost. For example, a firm's total revenue is 5,000 pesos. The fixed cost is 3,000 pesos. Variable cost is 1,500 pesos, and the total cost is 4,500 pesos. The operating profit or loss, which is total revenue minus total variable cost, is 3,500 pesos. The total profit or loss, which is total revenue minus total cost, is 500 pesos. In this case, the firm continues to operate. Second example, the firm's total revenue is 0, fixed cost is 3,000 pesos, and variable cost is 0. The total cost is 3,000 pesos. The firm suffers a loss of 3,000 pesos because there is no total revenue. In this case, the firm will temporarily shut down until the total revenue covers the total variable cost. The capital market is the market in which households supply their savings to firms that demand funds to buy capital goods. Capital goods are produced by the economic system to produce other goods and services in the future. Examples of capital goods are buildings. Investment refers to new capital additions to a firm's capital stock. Capital is a stock since it is measured in a given point in time, while investment is a flow since it is measured over a period of time. A while ago, I discussed about the perfectly competitive industries. Now, let's proceed to the imperfectly competitive industries. It is when single firms have some control over the prices of their output. Imperfect markets are monopoly, oligopoly, and monopolistic competition. Monopoly means only one seller. An example would be Meralco, the only supplier of electricity in the Philippines. In oligopoly, there are only a few sellers. An example would be the 3 leading petroleum stations in the Philippines, and under them are the smaller ones. Lastly, the monopolistic competition, where there are many buyers and many sellers. An example for this would be the automobile companies. They are all the same products but differentiated by brand. So that's all from my learning reflection. I have acquired all of this from the professor and other learning materials. Thank you very much. This is Patricia Desiderio speaking.